Hi everyone! Welcome to Storytime Sunday. I hope everyone has had a fantastic weekend. Monday, back to work and school tomorrow. So I hope you got in as much weekend as you possibly could. We're gonna wait just a few more minutes. Got getting started a little late this morning, so this evening. So we'll wait until we have our friends in. Hi, Steve. And if you're joining us, please don't forget to share, give me a like, give me a wave, let me know who's in the room, and especially if your family is with you, please let me know who's there so I can say a personal welcome. I know how I've been told that that's very, very important, and I completely understand for our littlest friends. So please let me know so that I can welcome them as well. I know, Lawson. Monday is actually my Sunday because I work Friday and Saturday nights. So today is my Saturday. Today was my first day off. And I did nothing but play video games all day. You know, like you do as an almost 40-year-old adult. So we're going to give this a little extended time. I got up here a little bit late this evening. So we are going to extend this just a bit, make sure that people can join us who want to join us. We do have 2 books we're reading this evening, as you can see from up there where it talks all about what we're doing this evening. So we're going to start with the Wonky Donkey because I ended with it as a surprise last week. And I know that we had some friends who weren't able to join us. So I'll be starting with Wonky Donkey, a little bit of fun, a little bit of wonkiness. And then we'll be reading after Wonky Donkey, everybody's childhood favorite, Where the Sidewalk Ends. And I'm going to be picking some of my favorites and then asking for requests if I don't hit everybody's favorite poems from the book. But we'll start with my favorites because some of them I realized as I started reading through them, I almost still have memorized. Not all of them, and not fully memorized, but I do have some of them partially memorized still. So I was actually really proud of myself. Oh, you guys want to see the cutest thing? While we're waiting for everybody to join us, we did a Geek Girls gift exchange this year with a bunch of my friends who are former or current friends. Some of them are former Girls Entertainment Network staff members. Some of them are friends of ours from that time period. But anyway, we did a gift exchange, and my friend Allie was my secret Santa, and she got me a coloring book of sloths. How cute is that face? I can't wait to color that. Look how friendly he looks. I'm excited. And then I have this one too. It's a whole coloring book full, but I took out those 2 to start with because they're adorably cute. So we are starting a little bit late, just because I started a little bit late this evening. So I'm waiting for more people to join us. And it seems like they're ins and outs. Like people are coming in and then right back out. So hopefully everybody can hear me and the technology side of things is okay right now. Let me know if that all looks right to you guys who are in the room, because I see a lot of bouncing in and out. Oh, can't do that there. Ah. Oh my goodness. That is not what I wanted to do. It took a marketplace for some reason. That's interesting. Aktrez. Fun. Hey, Chris. Hey, Megan. Tonight, our two books on tap are Wonky Donkey, Le Wonky Donkey, and Where the Sidewalk Ends. So start thinking about your favorite poems, because after I read through my favorite poems from the book, I'll be asking for your suggestions as well. And again, feel free to share this link. It is public. And we would love to share this with more families every Sunday night. So trying to get the word out there, letting people know that this happens every Sunday night, unless I'm sick like last week. Every Sunday night, unless I'm on vacation or have a work thing. But anyway, most Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mark that on your calendar. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your kids. It's fun times. We always have fun. All right, I am going to get started. Hopefully we have people joining us as we go along. I'm going to start with everybody's fan favorite, The Wonky Donkey. Wonky Donkey, words and music by Craig Smith, illustrations by Katz Cowley. Now, I will not be singing this. I will just be reading it. However, there is a song. This is actually a song, and you can look it up on YouTube. It's cute. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey, hee haw, and he had only 3 legs. He was a wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey, hee haw. He had only 3 legs and 1 eye. He was a winky, wonky donkey. Okay, that's interesting. Look, the bird's holding his eye. Oh my goodness. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee haw. He had only 3 legs, 1 eye, and he liked to listen to country music. Yee-haw! He was a honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music, and he was quite tall and slim. He was a lanky, honky-tonky, winky-wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim, and he smelled really, really bad. He was a stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Poor bird. What you get for taking a donkey's eye out. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim, and he smelled really, really bad. And that morning, he'd gotten up early and he hadn't had his coffee. He was a cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Hi, Cheyenne. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee haw! He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music, and he was quite tall and slim. He smelled really, really bad. That morning he'd gotten up early and hadn't had any coffee, and he was always getting into mischief. He was a hanky panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee haw. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled really, really bad. That morning he'd gotten up early and he'd forgotten to have any coffee, and he was always getting into mischief. But he was quite good looking. He was a spunky, hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. Guess what, guys? Bow ties are cool. You heard it here first, folks. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Actually, I saw a donkey's bum, apparently. That's what the page says. Hee haw. Yay. Great book. I highly recommend this book. Again, this is The Wonky Donkey. Words and music by Craig Smith. Illustration by Katz Cowley. Look it up on YouTube as well if you want to hear the music, or you can actually go to, here is the link. You can download the song at scholastic.com/wonkydonkey. Take a look. Have a listen. Winky wonky donkey. Hee haw. All right, moving into our main course for this evening, because we're all frou-frou shishi up here on Storytime Sunday. All right, guys, I think everybody my generation and around my generation, 5-10 years, probably had this book in their possession at one point or another and probably read through every single one of these poems multiple times. I did so many times, in fact, that I actually used a few of them for audition pieces as a child. And I will show you, but I wrote a poem at the end because I was trying to be as cool as Shel Silverstein. My poem is utilizing alliteration because I am an avid fan of the alliteration. It's not great, but we'll read it anyway because I am a glutton for punishment. So tonight, Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends. It's a compendium of poems for those of you who have not had the amazing privilege of hearing these. And I've chosen some of my favorites that I will read. But if I've missed one by the end, and you would like me to go back and read a specific poem for you, I'm happy to. I will start by saying my spelling is atrocious, but this book is Private Property. Harry Potter before Harry Potter, I don't know. Private Property of Moi. Private Property. And I was really good with English too. I don't understand. Invitation. If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you're a pretender, come in, sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, went for a ride in a flying shoe. Hooray, what fun, it's time we flew, said Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle was captain, and Pickle was crew, and Tickle served coffee and mulligan stew. As higher and higher and higher they flew, Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, over the sun and beyond the blue. Hold on, stay in, I hope we do, cried Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, never returned to the world they knew. And nobody knows what's happened to dear Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Oh, it's got a sad ending. This is the one I had memorized, and I don't think I do anymore, but we'll try it. True story. This morning I jumped on my horse and went out for a ride, and some wild outlaws chased me and they shot me in the side. So I crawled into a wildcat's cave to find a place to hide, but a pirate found me sleeping there, and soon they had me tied to a pole and built a fire around me. I almost cried till a mermaid came and cut me loose and begged to be my bride. So I said I'd come back Wednesday, but I must admit I lied. Then I ran into a jungle swamp, but I forgot my guide. And I stepped into some quicksand, and no matter how I tried, I couldn't get out until I met a water snake named Clyde, who pulled me to some cannibals who planned to have me fried, but an eagle came and swooped me up, and through the air we flied. But he dropped me in a boiling lake 1,000 miles wide, and you'll never guess what I did then. I died. All right, where are we? Here we go. Oh, I loved this one as a child. And it's not because I have a sister at all. For sale. One sister for sale, one sister for sale, one crying and spying young sister for sale. I'm really not kidding. So who'll start the bidding? Do I hear $1, a nickel, a penny? Oh, isn't there any one kid who will buy this old sister for sale? This crying and spying young sister for sale? Poor little girl. What a loving brother. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles, the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My throat is wet, my mouth is dry, I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. Oh, I've counted 16 chickenpox. There's one more, that's 17. Don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut. My eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and I sneeze, gasp and I choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle's sprained. My appendix peeds each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent. My spine is straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. I'm going blind. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is what? What is that you say? You say today is Saturday? Huh. Goodbye. I'm going out to play. There we go. Where the sidewalk ends. There is a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright. And there the moonbird rests from his flight, cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black and the dark street winds and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrow goes to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go, for the children they mark and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams, and though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceiling, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the windows and blocked the door, with bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black burned buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roasts. The garbage rolled out into the hall, it raised the floor, it broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubblegum, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dry, curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard. Ugh. Cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last, the garbage reached so high that it finally touched the sky. And all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play. And finally, Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state from New York to the Golden Gate, and there in the garbage she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out. This lesson is brought to you by the letter S for Sarah Stout. The unicorn. A long time ago, when the earth was green and there was more kinds of animals than you have ever seen, and they run around free while the world was being born, and the loveliest of all was the unicorn. There was green alligators and long-necked geese. There were humpy-bumpy camels and chimpanzees. There were cats and drats and elephants, but sure as you're born, the loveliest of all was the unicorn. But the Lord seen something sinning and caused him a pain. He says, "Stand back, I'm gonna make it rain." He says, "Hey, brother Noah, I'll tell you what you do. Go and build me a floating zoo. And you take 2 alligators and a couple of geese, 2 humpy-bumpy camels and 2 chimpanzees. Take 2 cats and drats and elephants, but sure as you're born, Noah, don't you forget my unicorn." Now Noah was there, and he answered the callin', and he finished up the ark just as the rain started fallin'. He marched in the animals 2 by 2, and he called out as they went all through, "Hey, Lord, I got your alligators and your couple of geese, your humpy-bumpy camels and your 2 chimpanzees. Got your cats and drats and elephants, but Lord, I'm so forlorn, 'cause I just don't see no unicorns." Old Noah looked out through the driving rain, but the unicorns were hiding playing silly games. They were kicking and splashing in the misty morn. Oh, them silly unicorn. Then the goat started goating, and the snake started snaking. The elephant started elephanting, and the boat started shaking. The mouse started squeaking, and the lion started roaring, and everyone's on board but the unicorn. I mean, the green alligators and the long-necked geese, the humpy-bumpy camels and the chimpanzees. Noah cried, "Close the door, 'cause the rain, it's pouring, and we just can't wait for them unicorn." Then the ark started moving, and it drifted with the tide, and the unicorns looked up from the rock and cried. And the water came up and sort of floated them away. That's why you've never seen a unicorn this day. You'll see a lot of alligators and a whole mess of geese. You'll see humpy-bumpy camels and lots of chimpanzees. You'll see cats, drats, and elephants, but sure as you're born, you're never gonna see no unicorn. I had to read this one. Living in Maine, this was a must to read. However, I don't remember this from when I was a child. I must never have read this one. Paul Bunyan. He rode through the woods on a big blue ox. He had fists as hard as chopping blocks. 500 pounds and 9 feet tall. That's Paul. Talk about working. When he swung his axe, he could hear it ring for a mile and a half. Then he'd yell, "Timber!" Down she fell. She'd fall for Paul. Talk about drinking. That man's so mean that he'd never drink nothing but kerosene. And a 5-gallon can is a little bit small for Paul. Talk about tough. Well, he once had a fight with a thunderstorm on a cold, dark night. I ain't saying who won, but it don't storm at all around here, thanks to Paul. He was 90 years old when he said with a sigh, "I think I'm gonna lay down and die, 'cause sunshine and sorrow, I've seen it all," says Paul. So he died, and we cried. It took 18 men just to bust the ground. It took 24 more just to lower him down. And we covered him up, and we figured that was all for Paul. But late one night, the trees started shaking, the dogs started howling, and the earth started quaking. And out of the ground with a "Hi, y'all!" comes Paul. He shook the dirt off from his clothes, he scratched his butt, and he wiped his nose. "You know, being dead wasn't fun at all," said Paul. He says, "Up in heaven, they got harps on their knees. They got clouds and wings, but they ain't got trees. I don't think that's much of heaven at all," says Paul. So he jumps on his ox with a fare thee well. He says, I'll find out if there's trees in hell." And he rode away, and that was all we ever seen of Paul. But the next time you hear a "timber" yell, that sounds like it's coming from the pits of hell. Then a weird and devilish ghostly wail, like someone chopping on the devil's tail. Then a shout, a call, a crash, and a fall. That ain't no mortal man at all. That's Paul. Paul Bunyan. Yum. So those are my favorites. I will I'll throw in my little masterpiece from 1995. It's called Pondering by Rebecca Denise Young. The alliteration queen right here, folks. You ready for this? Are you ready? I don't know why I'm not published. Pondering. I perch, prestigiously put by the pond, pondering presumptuous problems. Plus, poking purple peacocks with plum pudding poles and popping pink pies into my perfectly precise pouch. End scene. I swear that's what I wrote. I don't know what was wrong with me. Alliteration is your friend. That said, I do have another poetry book with, I believe, some good poems, if I can find it. I thought that was it. Is that not it? That one is not it. I do have some actually not too badly written poems that I'm gonna have to find on another day, because I apparently don't even know where my sacred poetry book is, and that is disturbing and distressing on many levels, because I thought that's what that was. Oh, there you go. That's it for Storytime Sunday this evening. Thank you guys for joining me. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. Becky. You're not getting away with that. I said I would take your suggestions on books, on on poems from this that you would like to hear. Does anyone have any suggestions for ones that I did not read that you would like to hear? Anyone at all? Hi ladies. You missed the show. Do both of you guys have littles with you? Jody and Dee Dee, do you have littles with you? I can read through once more. We were just reading, we read the Wonky Donkey, which I know Miss Tenley loves. We read that first, and then we were reading some poems from Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, which, Dee Dee, I'm sure that was probably one of your favorite books as well as mine when we were children. But if you would like, I can read through one or two of these so that littles have an opportunity to hear it before bedtime, or you guys can watch from the beginning. Totally up to you. I got started a wee bit late this evening. Hear Broadway? He's in the other room going, meow, like, Mom, meow. Hi, Allegra. Thank you guys for joining in. Can everybody see and hear okay? I've seen a lot of the notification up at the top of people joining kind of popping in and out, so I wasn't sure if that was on my end or if there was an issue with Facebook this evening. How many of you guys are still in the room? Can you guys just say hi so I know how many people are actually still watching? Because I think my little eyeball on the top left is not telling me the truth. All right. I don't think it's telling me the truth that I actually have people watching me. Well, that's embarrassing. All right, friends. With that, I will sign off so that this video can go live. And hopefully you guys can enjoy the Wonky Donkey and Where the Sidewalk Ends. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Love you lots. Talk to you soon. See you next Sunday for Storybook Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live.